Hello everybody and welcome into this VimClara manufacturing tutorial. VimClara is a point-of-care kit that provides veterinarians with the tools to produce an autologous formulation for themselves. Before we begin, please review the safety and PPE guidelines that are included in the VimClara user guide. In addition to the materials provided in the VimClara kit, you will need to source sterile saline for injection and have a tabletop centrifuge ready to go. Step 1 is tumor prep. In step 1, you will take an 8mm punch biopsy and you will dice it into 2mm fractions. Let's watch together as Amanda prepares to execute step 1. The first thing to do is get some alcohol to prep your hands to disinfect them. Then lay out your workstation effectively with all the tools that are included in step 1 in front of you. Note, in this instance, we will not be needing the 8mm punch, as we already have an appropriately sized sample contained within this cryo vial. In step 2, we will dissociate the tumor. Transfer 12 mL of sterile saline along with the tumor pieces that you just minced into the tissue dissociation barrel and load it onto the vortex mixer provided. It is recommended to run the vortex mixer a minimum of 2 times. For the majority of tumor types, 3 times will be your best bet. For more fibrous masses, consider additional cycles. Step 3 is deactivate. You will take the solution from the tissue dissociation barrel and run it through a cell strainer. After cell straining, you will add the cell deactivation fluid to that solution before finally transferring it to a 20 ml glass vial through the septa. It is within this 20 ml glass vial that you will incubate for 5 minutes. To open the cell deactivation fluid, I recommend finding a spare glove, draping that glove over the top of the glass ampule, and cracking away from the body. To avoid introducing microparticulate glass into the final formulation, we provide a filtered needle to draw up a 1 cc volume before transferring it to the cell strainer vessel. At this point, we will let the sample rest for 5 minutes while we move on to neutralizing the remaining cell deactivation fluid. To neutralize the cell deactivation fluid, you will add a sprinkle of glute out to the conical bottom of the waste collection tube contained in bag 4, and then add the total contents of the glutaraldehyde vial to that tube. You will observe a bubbling event and a color change from yellow to orange to red. That means that the product is working. After this point, you will save the waste collection tube for the wash steps ahead, and eventually, because you've neutralized the glutaraldehyde, you can dispose of that contents down the drain. Time for those wash steps. Go back to that 20 ml tube that was resting, and you will divide the contents of that vial equally to 2 non-additive blood tubes via the septa. Deliver that with a syringe and needle, and then prepare it for centrifugation. We recommend operating your centrifuge for a minimum of 3 minutes and at a minimum speed of 300 times gravity or times RCF. In this video, I am operating the centrifuge at 500 times gravity. Spinning your sample faster and for longer will not hurt the sample. It may, however, form a more dense pellet that will require a little more effort to distribute in our final steps. After centrifugation, you will pull the blood tubes out and observe the cell pellet. The pellet should be distributed either on the lower side of the blood tube or at the bottom. If you do not observe a pellet, consider running the centrifuge again, either at a faster setting or for longer time. With the cell pellet visible, we will now move on to a series of wash steps. You will perform these wash steps within a closed system using a series of needles and syringes. The goal is to remove as much of the supernatant or solution that is contained within the tube and to leave the cell pellet undisturbed behind. After you remove the waste fluid, you will discard of that within the waste collection tube, and then you will replace the fluid volume with clean saline into the blood tube before performing another centrifugation cycle. Please note that through the course of your wash steps, you will be using a 26 gauge 4-inch long needle. This is probably a needle length that you've never worked with before. It's important to use two hands to guide the needle in and out of the septa in order to avoid needle bending. This needle length is a necessary evil to be able to transfer the fluid volume in and out of these containers in a closed system. The wash steps take the most time to complete out of any of the 5 steps, but they are also the most important for the quality of the vaccine. Take your time, go slow, and work diligently. We do not need to rush this process. You want to maintain the sterility of the product and the quality of the product by maximizing the pellet yield and getting good, clean saline into the wash step. With spin 2 complete, you are now ready to move on to the next wash step. Quite simply, you're going to repeat everything that you just did. You will absorb the cell pellet. You will remove the solution, the supernatant, from the tube and discard that as waste. And you will replace with clean, sterile saline before spinning one more time. To complete your wash steps, you will remove the supernatant one more time and discard that content to waste. At the end of step 4, you will have 2 tubes, each containing cell pellets, but no fluid. We will add fluid in step 5. Before you begin step 5, I would recommend a glove change and to disinfect your gloved hands. In this step, we will resuspend that cell pellet in saline, transfer 5 mils of total cell solution to an adjuvant vial before mixing it into the final vial. It's best to use the alcohol wipes provided to disinfect the septas on both the vaccine vial and the adjuvant vial before you puncture them. Work clean, calmly, and diligently in this step as to avoid cross-contamination. With your septas disinfected and your cell pellets resuspended effectively by shaking them vigorously, it's now time to remove that cell solution and transfer it to the adjuvant vial. You will do so by inverting the blood tube and removing only 2.5 mLs from each blood tube for a total of 5 mils to be transferred. After delivering the cell solution into the adjuvant vial, mix the adjuvant vial well by hand before transferring to the final vaccine vial. With your formulation complete, there's only one thing left to do. Fill out the vial label completely, including patient name, the date of manufacture, and the expiry date. The expiry date is 3 months from the date of manufacture. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at info@torgen.com.